So you've probably seen AI agents that help you respond to your emails before, but are you actually using them? Probably not, because a lot of them look cool, but they're not actually that practical. Today, I'm going to show you one that is genuinely useful and that can actually help improve your email support or your general emails within a business. Now, the big issue that I see with a lot of these email agents is that the email replies for you straight away. But who actually wants this? AI is still a bit unpredictable. And yes, you can have human in the loop where AI creates it and then checks it with you before sending it. But then you've got even more notifications from AI asking you to check an email, and you're actually just adding to the problem of having lots of emails to respond to. A way that's working really well for real businesses at the moment is creating smart systems which will know which emails you want help responding to and which ones you don't. It will take the resources relevant to the business and the question and to be able to create an email draft that is relevant to that question. And then, as I just mentioned earlier, it will create a draft of that email. It won't just send it. This means that all you have to do is sign into your emails as you normally would and go into the email to read it, but then you already have a draft that's pre-created for you, which you can either approve then and send it, or you can refactor it and change it slightly. But this is a much more natural and actually practical way to deal with emails using AI than some fancy agent which automatically sends emails and responses as soon as emails come in. So I'm going to show you this system. Plus, I've created a template for you, which you can download absolutely for free. Just click the link in the description and it will take you to this page here where you can enter your name, enter your email address. I'll send this template directly to you. Okay, so let's have a look at it. Here we are within n8n. If you don't know about n8n, it's a fantastic tool that I think is the best at the moment for creating AI agents. I'll take you through the basics of what's happening here, and then we'll have a look at a demo. So basically, we are receiving an email, and the first thing that we're doing is then classifying that email and saying, actually, what is this email that we are getting? And do we need AI's help to respond to it? Because a lot of emails, we just don't need AI's help. You know, perhaps it's a newsletter from all the newsletters that you get, and you just don't need to respond to those things, right? So we set up a text classifier to know, okay, is this an email that I need AI's help with? And if it is, then we can route that email to different agents which have different specialities based on the type of question. So here I've got, in fact, two different businesses set up. One that's an e-commerce business, so selling physical products, and one that's more like a consulting business. And if I get an email, and again, I'll show you this in more detail in just a second, about the e-commerce business, then we're going to come up to this agent here, which is a customer support agent. This customer support agent has access to a few tools. Firstly, it's got access to a RAG database. And in this scenario, we've got frequently asked questions about this business in a vector database, which we can use RAG to get really great answers related to the frequently asked questions about this business. We then also have linked up the orders related to this business so that if a customer asks a question about a specific order, we can get those details of that order and reply to the customer. And crucially, the last part on both of these is that then it creates a draft within Gmail in this case, which means that there's not an email sent immediately, which may or may not be correct, depending on if AI does a good job or not. And it's not sending you a notification every time it creates an email saying, hey, I've created an email, you need to check it. It simply creates the draft, and when you next sign into your emails as you normally would, you can see the draft that's created, and you read through it, have a check of it, press send. Makes things much easier while still maintaining the quality that having a human do it and check over it does. So let's see this in action. So I'm going to send this email here, and I'm going to say, hi, tech for you, which is the fake company. And I'm asking you a question about these headphones and do they come with a warranty? Thanks. And let's just say Sally. And for the subject, we'll go question for tech for you. And we'll put in this email that I got hooked up. Okay, so we're going to send this test email and see what response we get. Okay, so here we are in that email inbox, and you can see I've got a new email and it has a draft attached to it. And here you can see as soon as we click into the email, we have got the response right here, and it's given us a response that's relevant to the question. So it's asked, do these headphones come with a warranty? And it's looked up in our frequently asked questions, which is connected to a vector database. So it's getting it from RAG. And it said, yes, these headphones do come with a warranty. And actually, it's written out fairly well. I don't need to make any changes there, but obviously you can come in, see if it's up to scratch, see if it's correct, see if you want to make any changes, either to the way in which it speaks or to the actual content itself. And then you can very simply just click send. And it's that simple. It saves you having to go in and research this product and see if they've got a warranty, and then come back, then write out the email and click send. And if you're doing this all day, every day as a customer support agent, it's going to save a lot of time. Okay, so let's have a look at another use case where someone might be asking about a specific order to do with this e-commerce business. So I'm going to come back over and send another email. Okay, so this email I'm going to send about, again, headphones, but I've included an order number and I've said, can you confirm if it is shipped and when I should expect it to arrive in Germany? And then I'm going to say, tech for you, order question. And again, let me send it to our test email address. And there we go. Let's send that off. And what is going to happen here is that now we're going to use these tools that we've got connected up here. And this tool here is connected to this Google Sheet here. And you can connect it to anything that you want. It doesn't have to be a Google Sheet. It could be any database, including any information about any of your products or services. And you can see that it's going to come in here and it's going to reference whichever order this person talked about and then get the relevant information. So it's actually getting information from our database to help with these emails rather than just generic information that some of these basic email agents give you. So it's going to come back, get a specific order from this database, and then it's going to send that draft or create the draft, which we can then send manually to make sure that AI is doing its job properly. You can see here, this is just a template. You can swap these in for anything that you want within your business. You can add as many of these sections here within the text classifier of, what are the different scenarios that you want to respond to, and then you can create different agents for each of those scenarios, which have different tools connected up to them. And if you do want to create this, then again, download the template. Link will be down below. And you can play with this yourself and get it working for your business. So if we check our emails, we can see again that we've got that email in and it's already got a draft included in it. When we open this email, we can see a draft has already been created here and it has gone over to that spreadsheet. It has found the information and it says they've been shipped on this date and you should expect it to arrive within Germany shortly after the shipping date. And we could add something in here like, oh, this is likely to be 3 days later and therefore it's likely to be July the 2nd or 3rd or whatever it may be. So we can add things if we want to, but it does the bulk of the work and we get to decide, okay, is it good enough? Yes, it is. Then we can press send. That's what actually makes a real difference. So you can actually start using this within a real business rather than just looking at it and going, oh, that looks cool. Okay, so now let's have a look at another example for another business or another email type that I've got set up here. So you can set up whatever email types you want in this text classifier. So you could say, if emails come in about customer support, do this. If it comes in about sales, do this, which is what we're going to look at in just a second. If it's related to invoices or finance, do it, this, do these things. If it's from an internal member of staff, then do this thing. So you can really split it down. And that's why download the template, have a play around with it yourself. This is just a demo of what is possible. So here, what we're going to do is set up a sales agent. And this sales agent doesn't have any tools connected to it, but it does have context, a lot of context. We open up here, a lot of information about the business. Now you might be asking, Matt, why have we got all this information about this business here? And this business is an example business of a business that helps other businesses to expand worldwide and serve other markets. You might be asking, why have we got all of this information in the context rather than in a vector database, which we can use RAG with? It's a good question. The reason for this is that vector databases are really good if you're searching for something, but if you want to give an AI agent the general overview of something, RAG is not good at that because there's no search. So actually context is much better here because you need that cloud of information rather than specific bits of information. So what we're doing here is when we get a sales inquiry about this specific company, we're going to come over to the sales agent. The sales agent has got a load of information about the company, about the services, about case studies, and it's going to give us a draft, which we can then see in our emails. And then because it's sales related, we are going to send ourselves a Telegram message to say, hey, you've got a new lead in the pipeline. The sooner you respond, the better chance you have of closing this deal. It's something that can really help with increasing conversion rates, just the speed that it takes you to reply. But let's have a look at this in action. So this is the email that I'm going to send. Obviously, the content has been created with AI, and we are going to send this and we're going to inquire about expanding our business and saying that we're wanting to start selling in Japan. We're currently selling in Australia, and we've got several specific questions. So let me send this to our test email again. There we go. And let's send this and let's see what we get back. And again, we're going to get back a draft which has taken into account all of these things about our business here, which you can have a look at. If you download the template, you can have a look at everything that I've put in here and obviously switch it out and start using it for yourself. And if any of this is unfamiliar, then do come across to the communities that I have. They'll be linked down below as well, where you can see loads of things about how to start using AI within business, how to actually apply it to business, templates, how to learn about n8n, how to apply it to business, just loads of cool stuff. Anyway, let's have a look. It should be done by now. Let's have a look at how this has worked. Okay, so we can see that we have got a new notification within Telegram, which is saying, hey, we've got a new sales inquiry. I've written a draft response. You should check it sooner rather than later to increase conversion rate. And I should probably take away this, but I didn't in this scenario. So let's go over and have a look at that. Here it is, and you can see it's got a draft in it. So if we go in here, we can see this email here. We can generate that first response, that first draft, which is always the draft that takes the most amount of time, and it takes so much of the legwork out of it. So as you can see, we're asking about, do we support this? What's the best way to start offering services? What kind of support do we offer? Do you have experience? And it answers all of those to a reasonable degree based upon the information that we gave it in our context window. And here you can see it's pushing them to get on a call with one of our sales team in order to chat it through further. So we can go in here and change things about it. Perhaps we can add in a case study, or actually the best thing to do would be change the prompt so that it automatically adds in case studies. And this is one of the things that you can do. You can have a look at these and you can then say, oh, okay, this should have included a case study. Let me go and change the prompt over in n8n to say, hey, really focus upon adding case studies so that next time it does it, it's that much better. So that the things that you have to change next time become even fewer, right? You're having to do even less work. So the percentage of the time that you come into your emails, see the draft and just click send goes up and up, saving more time and making it so much easier and giving a better experience to your clients, your customers, and ultimately in this example, if it's on the sales side, making you more sales, which is what we all want. And then we can send this and happy days. So there we go. I haven't gone through this in super loads of detail here, but again, you can download it and have a look for yourself, how it's all working, how it's all connected. It's not super complicated, this n8n workflow. And that is a story with virtually all useful workflows. It's technically, they're not that complicated. It's just about thinking, how do we apply it into a business situation in a way which is actually useful? So there we go. Hope you have found this useful. If you want this template, download it below. If you want to learn more about using n8n or AI in general to improve a business, then come on over to the communities that I've got linked down below. And that is it from this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.